Hello everybody, welcome to the stream. We are in Final Fantasy XI. No, this is not Final Fantasy XIV. It is in fact the predecessor. So this is a bit of a nostalgia trip. I am playing on a private server. This is not a retail server. We are on a server called Dreamland. And yeah, I'm currently working on the Rhapsodies of Vana'diel missions. We are looking for we're on the mission Impurity. There is a special point that we've got to go to actually in the area that we're in. Let's see. I think that might be it right there. Is indeed it. I've actually never done the Rhapsody of Vana'diel missions before. Alright, it looks like we're going to be fighting Siren. And appropriately enough, Siren is a bard and apparently very easy to kill. Because I wrecked her. Huh. Huh. Interesting cutscene. Rhapsody in Azure. What does that do for us? %. Removes lockout on re-entering Dynamis. Interesting. Oh, my goodness. This is, ow. Basically removes all of the limits on everything. All the large-scale battles except Limbus, interestingly enough. Don't know why Limbus is left out there. Alright, so we gotta go back to Norg. I'm just gonna walk there. Although, Mew the Turtle Rider. Hey there, little friend. So there are some custom trust auras, and Arahat is giving me mighty strikes, which is just funny. Weapon skills do a little more damage when they have forced crits. So I'm trying to get the Rhapsody in Crimson key item so that I can summon a 6th trust. Once I get that, then I have to work toward unlocking the or breaking the level caps from 75 to 99. I am currently level 75 Dragoon, and on this particular server you can have a sub job that is the same job or same level as your main job, which is fun. It's a little broken, but it's fun. But then there's also a custom food on this server that I am out of, but I can go and buy more of. They're a little expensive. But they give plus 120 to all stats, including attack, accuracy, evasion, magic evasion, literally every stat plus 120, which really makes you strong. Makes leveling very fast. because I was infinitely chaining level... I was infinitely chaining like level 75 to 80 mobs at level 55, which is silly and shouldn't be possible, but it is possible, and I'm going to do it. Alright, we have to go back and talk to Gilgamesh at the door here in Norg. Now that would actually be a little harder. Modify where my webcam is, but that would involve a lot of stuff, and I just don't feel like doing it. Oh, Z Alter Ego 2? Another cutscene. I almost want to go through these missions a second time, like on another character after completing Chains of Promathia first, because there's lots of stuff in here. In Chains of Promathia, you meet Tenzin, and these Rhapsody of Vana'diel missions came out long after Chains of Promathia came out. I want to see if there's any difference in the dialogue of this, because right now Tenzin's introducing himself to us, whereas if you've gone through Chains of Promathia, he's very much aware of who you are. I may make a second character on here after I go through all of this, just to see what the dialogue differences are if you've already been through Chains of Promathia. I guess I could just log into my character on retail and do the missions on there, because I've never done Rhapsody of Vana'diel on retail, and I've done all of the other missions for every other expansion. And the other interesting thing is, apparently, this is where your character becomes the Warrior of Light in this game. Rhapsody of Vana'diel came out maybe like 7 years ago, and the game came out in 2002. You were never the Warrior of Light. Your character was never anybody special in Final Fantasy XI up until this. So that's a long time, like 15 years of your character not being anybody special, just kind of an adventurer at the right place and at the right time getting the job done. So my client on here is very satisfied. I've got high definition textures put in that give a cell shaded kind of look. I've got some add-ons that are quality of life things. All of it blends with the way the game was designed in the first place. Nothing that plays the game for you, it just kind of cleans it up. It's a very old school MMO, and so things are not going to be like they are in in a lot of main MMOs. I do have a mini map visible here. I play on an ultra wide monitor, so I've got stuff pushed to the sides. You'll notice you can't see a health bar or MP bar. I do have the experience points thing down here, but that is actually part of the quality of life add-ons. My health bar is in the bottom right-hand corner, where the party list is. We are going to Delkfutt's Tower, but I don't know where in Delkfutt's Tower, so let me look and see. Zone into lower for a cutscene. Okay. Interestingly, this is going to force us to do Chains of Promathia stuff, which is fine. The Chains of Promathia story is fantastic. Rise of Xylart. No, I guess Lower Delkfutt's. It's not. It's from the original, yeah. Kind of have to go there for previous missions done. Lower Delkfutt's Tower. Tabs. And we'll get a cutscene as soon as we zone in, or we should have gotten a cutscene as soon as we zoned in. Zone into Lower Delkfutt's Tower. Missed something in the last one? Missions, add-ons, Spirits Awoken, which is the... Alright, well, do we have to zone out and zone back in? Do that real quick. This is the zone line right here. We'll zone back in. Okay, we should be getting our cutscene now. Because it just didn't trigger on zoning in with the book. Survival guide. Cutscene. If anybody has played Final Fantasy XIV and done the Maiden of Rhapsody special crossover event, this is Iroha from that event. These are the missions in Final Fantasy XI that she's part of. All right, so she's telling me that I need to take care of Chains of Promathia. So I just told her that she should meet Tenzin. And interestingly enough, Tenzin's her father. Now, it alludes that she knows him. She's from the future, by the way. She came back to the past in order to get us to stop a calamity. But it alludes that she knows him, but doesn't actually say how she knows hing. I know that he's her father actually from Final Fantasy XIV, strangely enough, because she talks about him being Tenzin's daughter in the Maiden of Rhapsody crossover. All right, so we need to go to a home point. Type correctly. So one thing about Final Fantasy XI, everything is text commands. So in order to mount up, you have to do /mount, space, and then the name of the mount that you're wanting to mount on. So in this case, it's /mount space Raptor, which is the first mount you get. I haven't actually unlocked any other mounts yet. To get off your mount, it's /dismount. Alright, so since we have to do Chains of Promathia, I've already started it because you have to. If you're level 30, when you enter Lower Delphat's Tower the first time, you get the first cutscene of Chains of Promathia. The next cutscene is in Upper Juno. I have gone through these missions several times, which is why I know this. Basically, in Lower Delphat's Tower, some stuff happens, and Bahamut shows up and says he's going to basically kill everybody because they keep causing wars. And then this boy passes out, and the ducal guards from Juno bring him to Upper Juno to this clinic's office. This is Dr. Monbro. And they're treating him, not knowing what's wrong with him. This is the knight here is Wolfgang, who is the he is the head of the ducal guard, and he's actually the one that was there that ordered for the boy to be brought here. So one thing that's going to be glaringly obvious in this is that there are no indicators as far as where you should go, what you should do, who you should talk to, anything like that with quests or missions in this game. Missions in Final Fantasy XI are essentially main story quests or main scenario quests in Final Fantasy XIV. It's the driving force of the story for each expansion. But yeah, there are no indicators as far as anything with this. And because of that, when you're going through these, oftentimes, unless you just really know what you got to do, you're going to have the wiki pulled up and you're going to alt tab to it every single time you have to do something. And so I remember what I got to do there, but like the next step, I don't remember too much. So give me a second while I pull up the Chains of Promathia missions, because I didn't expect that. All right. We are on Ancient Flames Beacon. And boom. All right. We're on the Pheramosial in Rulude Gardens. So the home points. These are home points. You can set them to be a respawn point when you die. Normally, death in Final Fantasy XI comes with a 25% penalty to your experience. And yes, if you go below 0, you will go down a level. On this particular server, that's disabled. The server operator just doesn't like it, so he's turned it off. It's not a big deal, especially in private servers. Originally, when Final Fantasy XI first came out, it was a huge deal. Like, down leveling sucked, and it's one of the worst sounds you could ever hear. But around the time that I quit the retail Final Fantasy XI, which was about 7 years ago, right when Rhapsodies of Vana'diel came out. Well, no, I would say about 3 or 4 years before that even. Leveling became so trivial. You can literally go from level 30 to level 99 in the span of like 8 hours. All right. Don't know why my character stopped running. Pheramosial, I believe, is over here. Yeah, right there. Oh, clicked the wrong thing. All right. Maybe not. Oh, I gotta speak to Monbro first. That cutscene alone is not it, and then we have to come back to Pheramosial. So let's go back. So the home points are your... they were... Originally, you had one in each zone that was a city. Or rather, was part of a city. And quite a ways into the game's life cycle, they decided to add a bunch of home points all over the city zones and in certain areas that were crucial. And then they gave you the ability to teleport between them for a small gil fee. Huge quality of life update, because one thing about Final Fantasy XI is that, oh Lord, does this game not respect your time? Everything takes a long time. On this server, we have movement speed that is boosted. Normally, you'd be running around at half this speed. Mounts were half the speed of mounts on here. And even with the speed that we have on this server, it takes a long time to walk from place to place. And originally walking, or you could teleport to 6 locations. But outside of that, you had to walk there, or you flew on an airship that was a 5-minute ride and 15 minutes between airships arriving at a destination. So if you walked onto the dock for the airship and saw it taking off, you were waiting 15 minutes for it to come back. Oh, I wish that was a joke. Hey, this is Altayu. My dog is wanting to talk. And she's been out twice since I got home anyway. Altayu is the end game zone from the Chains of Promathia expansion. It is a very neat zone. If anybody has done Eureka, Hydatos is kind of loosely designed after Altayu. And the Baldessian Arsenal is very loosely designed after the Garden of Rumet. Which is why the music for Baldessian Arsenal is actually the same music as the Garden of Rumet. It is called Garden of Paradise. And the music for the Absolute Virtue fight in Baldessian Arsenal is the combat music for Chains of Promathia. And then the music for Proto-Ozma is called Turmoil. And Turmoil is the battlefield, or battlefields are essentially Final Fantasy XI's version of Trials. But Chains of Promathia battlefield music is Turmoil, which is the Proto-Ozma music. So Hydatos and Baldessian Arsenal are very heavily themed after the end game of Chains of Promathia. Back to Absolute Virtue, the place that you can fight him on Final Fantasy XI is Altayu. Who knows? I have no idea if he has been modified on this server or not. If he hasn't, and we get to level 99, we can easily solo him. If he has, and we get to level 99, don't know. On a private server like this, you're pretty much guaranteed to not fight him the legitimate way that Square Enix intended, simply because that requires 18 people, with one being from each job in the game, from the jobs that were available at Chains of Promathia. The reason for that is in this game's version of Absolute Virtue, when he has access to every job's 2-hour ability. And in order to prevent him from just spamming the 2-hour abilities, which a couple of them are absolutely devastating, you have to use the same 2-hour ability within 2 seconds of him originally using it, and it will lock it out until he's either despawned or killed. My dog is chewing up a water bottle, so that's going to make some noise. But if you don't do that, he basically can just use it constantly. And Benediction is the White Mage 2-hour ability, which heals him to full. And he can use it on a whim. Invincible is the Paladin 2-hour ability, which makes him literally invulnerable for 30 seconds. Perfect Dodge is the Thief 2-hour ability, which makes him unhittable for 30 seconds. And then you have Mighty Strikes, which is the Monk 2-hour ability, which removes all weapon delay for a minute. And then you Have Chain Spell and Mana Font, which he'll never use both at the same time, luckily. But Mana Font gives him unlimited MP, and in his case, it also unlocks the ability for him to cast the spell Meteor. Chain Spell removes all cast and recast time, and in the case of Absolute Virtue, also gives him the ability to cast Meteor. Okay, so now we need to go to one of the crags. We're going to go to the one that I have easiest access to right now, which is the Crag of Me. That's MEA. Get there. We can go, not current region. We're going to go to Windurst. I did pass it. Windurst. And then we're going to go to Port Windurst and the exit home point. And the reason for that is I need to get to the survival guide, which is just right next to this home point. The one that I know readily of where it is. Anyway, we're going to go in here. Teleport assistance. And original release areas. And we want to go to Maze of Shakrami. There. Maze of Shakrami is an indoor zone. And it's right next to the Crag of Me. So we can just zone out here. And actually, we're going to be hearing turmoil pretty soon. Because inside, so we will be going into the crag. And once we get into the crag, we'll go into a place called Promivian. Inside Promivian, our goal is to get to the top floor. And then at the top floor, we will fight a boss. The boss is a battlefield, and the battlefield music for Chains of Promathia is Turmoil. So for anybody that's watching that has done Baldessian Arsenal, that music, when we get there, is going to be very familiar. We have to do this same process at all three of the crags, and they're all a little bit different. They all have a different boss. And one of the bosses is going to seem familiar if anybody has done any of the S-rank hunts in Endwalker. Because it is a special boss from... not this one, but from the from Promivian Hala. I'm pretty sure I've got to check this first. Yeah. So we've got a cutscene here. And this cutscene should actually go ahead and zone us in. On the next two crags, when we come inside, we don't actually have to do this part. We go to the door, and the door will take us into Promivian. Interestingly enough, Rise of Xylart was the first expansion for the game. And Rise of Xylart doesn't start until level 60. Actually, 65 specifically. Chains of Promathia, they started all of these missions at level 30. Alright, here we go. Into Promivian. It's a very interesting looking zone. All of the... well, first off, the music is very very reminiscent of Final Fantasy VII, the City of the Ancients. It's a very bleak zone. All of the enemies inside are a mob type classified as the Empty. And it's so nostalgic. Ooh, that blur effect, though, is almost painful. But yeah, this is Promivian Me. It has a blue hue to it. Promivian Dem has a green hue. And I want to say Promivian Hala has a purple hue. I don't remember. It's been a little while. If we want to leave, that glowing circle right there is our exit. Before we even get going, I'm going to summon my trusts. For anybody that plays Final Fantasy XIV, trusts should sound familiar. They were added with Shadowbringers, and you know what? We're going to actually get rid of you. Because I'm not going to need a tank, I don't think. The first mobs are low level. They're designed... This originally was a zone that was capped at level 30. They removed the cap and then they put some high level mobs in. But we can... Actually, let's get rid of Shantoto real quick. And in her place, I'm going to summon back the Linaral, who is our tank. And we're going to bring all of these guys over here. Group them all up right here next to this mob. So for Trust to do anything, you actually have to attack a mob. I'm going to one-shot this, but I'm hoping... Yeah, that's what I was wanting to see. Kupipi casts Protectra, which Protect is a defensive buff. And with this next mob that I smack, which we're just going to come over here and hit another Wanderer. But we got to wait for them all to group up so that everybody gets the buff. She should cast Shelra. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. So now we can get rid of Kupipi, because that's all I needed her to do. I've got another healer that does just fine. And in her place, we'll bring Shantoto back out. Shantoto is the most powerful black mage in the history of Final Fantasy. For anybody that doesn't know, there's a cutscene in this game where she blows a hole in the fabric of reality. On accident. Alright, so to progress through Promethean, we have to destroy memory receptacles, which will open a memory stream. And that memory stream will allow us to go to the next floor. Supposed to allow us to go. There we go. And as we go up in floors, the mobs become more difficult. There are new Apex mobs, which are designed for people that are way past level 99. In this game, you have the level cap. Favor is normal mob. We do want to look for the NMs in this area. Wow, this is a much better map. I don't remember which is the NM in Promethean Me. So for anybody that has done Eureka, the phrase or the term NM should sound familiar. It stands for Notorious Monster. And they are essentially world bosses that spawn all over Vanadil. Anyway, we look for... There's an NM that spawns inside Promethean Me. I want to kill it because it drops something that I want to use. So, but it's not on this floor. I'm pretty sure it's on the next to last floor. So, it should be the next floor. Alright. After the first floor, you will come across fake memory receptacles. Basically, every time someone comes through Promethean, there's a chance that the memory receptacle that you choose is a fake one, and you need to move on to another. We're going to go clockwise around, because there are 4 on this particular floor. This over here is our route back to the previous floor. We don't want to take that. I think it is. Yeah, that's our route back to the previous floor. We do not want to go there because we don't want to go backwards. This map is so much better than the old maps were. Alright, so we got another memory receptacle here. Anyway, Apex mobs. So when you hit level 99, you get some item level gear. I am honestly not... I am not a big fan of item level stuff. I never was when it first came out. But it is what it is. Item level gear. Alright, so this is where the NM spawns. Do not see him. We'll search around. He is going to be like a bigger version of the Craver. And I could actually use filter scan to see, once I see what his name is, Coveter. Now if I do this and go to wide scan, he is not up, it looks like. Which is unfortunate. But it's not a big deal. It means that if we ever want to get the items that you would get from that, I would have to come back. And 2 of my add-ons are crashing reliably whenever I engage a memory receptacle. Hey, we got it on the first try. So yeah, only one memory receptacle that is up will be the correct one. And it doesn't shuffle so long as you're in the same instance of Promethean that you've been in. Alright, so this is the last floor. This is where the Apex mobs are, I believe. We will see things that are level 99 and above. But we also have the zone into the battlefield area. Timer's back on the screen. So GUIs are a thing that we just don't have in this game, really. Before we zone in, I want to see if I can find the higher level things. Let's clear our filter scan. Interesting. I haven't seen any of the Apex mobs. Wonder why. Well, not a big deal. We're gonna go. So the this right here, this memory flux. If you kill the Coveter, you can bring the item that it drops here, and this will give you the map to the area. But you can also hold on to it and use the item to along with 2 other items, one from each zone, to spawn another NM in Promethean Vassal, which gives other things, one of which I would have liked to have gotten, but it's not a big deal. Come back here anytime. Alright, so this web of recollections is how we get to the battlefield. And this is Turmoil. This song is the Proto-Ozma music from Baldessian Arsenal. It's a good song too. I like it. Alright. Delver's not going to be particularly difficult, but I'm going to spawn my trust just in case. John Toto. Aurora Hot. Various coffins. And we're going to bring out Semi-Lafina. If this guy goes down real easy, I'm not going to bother on the next two. Which, yeah, he's going down very easy. Shantoto just nuked for almost 1,000. Big thing about this guy is Carousel. Impalement is just a guaranteed 90% damage. Carousel is pretty devastating, and that's the big concern. But he's already dead. This fight's designed for a party of 6 at level 30. So when I'm level 75, it's not really too much of a concern. We're just waiting. There we go. Battlefields take a little bit to actually register that it's over. And so I was just running around until it did that. We should get a cutscene, and we're going to be teleported out. And this is the Mother Crystal, which is another term that Final Fantasy XIV people will be familiar with. It is not a deity in this game, but it is a power source. And, yeah. There are several of them. I'm pretty sure there are 6 altogether. Nagmalada is he's not a good guy. He's not a good person. He tries to act like he's your friend, but he's just not. That's the Dawn Maiden. She is the overseer of Altana, who is the goddess. Alright, and that's our first Promethean done. So, we're going to go back into Maze of Shakrami, which is, again, just right over here. And we're going to use that same book that we used to get in there to move over close to another crag. It is a little bit of a walk, but it's our best option right now. And that is going to be the Crag of Dem. And then from Crag of Dem, we can actually just... we can hoof it to the Crag of Hala. Our survival guide. We're going to use this to go to Beidou. Police areas. Beidou. Use tabs because it is super cheap. Alright. So, in Beidou, we're just going to go backwards, zone out. This is going to put us in the Pashao Marshlands, which is right next to Kronstadt Highlands. And Kronstadt Highlands is where the Crag of Dem is. Looks like our mount has... Excuse me, game? Alright, well I guess we're just running on foot. That's irritating. It is a little bit of a walk to the Kronstadt Highlands. There we go. That's better. There is a zone that is closer to the Crag of Dem that I could have taken a survival guide teleport to, except that I haven't gone in there yet. But that is the Gooskin Mines. And it is, I mean, it's about half the distance, but not that far either way. Especially when you're running in 2 times retail speed on a mount. And there will be some enemies that you'll see that look familiar. There are a lot of models that are taken directly from Final Fantasy XI and used in Final Fantasy XIV. They've been spiced up a little bit, like the Dragonfly model is used in Final Fantasy XIV. That crab model is used on certain crabs, but then there are other crabs that are different in Final Fantasy XIV. Cracklaw is another type of crab that was introduced in Seekers of Adoulin, and that is used in 14. Off the top of my head, the only place that I can think of where I remember seeing them is Siren Song C. No. It's after the Siren Song C. Can't think of the name of the dungeon right now. But it's a dungeon in Stormblood. The lizard model is used. The wasp model or bee model is used. The sapling model is used. Here's the Crag of Dem. The Goblin model is a model that it got its introduction here in Final Fantasy XI, and it has persisted through multiple games. That guy will wreck me if I get off my mount right in front of him, so we're not going to do that. He is an NM that has been boosted on this server. He's like level 135. And so that's a hard nope. Going in the Crag of Dem now. Oh. I don't remember Memorial Delestona playing here. Calm down, Ayame. I said that at the same time Sid was saying it. This is Final Fantasy XI's version of Sid. A little bit different colored hair. And a bit older. There are no cutscenes in this that are voiced. This game came out on PS2 originally, and it was such a big game that voicing cutscenes was kind of outside of the scope of what was possible. But we're here in Promethean Dem. And as I mentioned, it is green-hued. Like I said, I think Hala is purple, but I don't remember. I don't think it's red, but it might be red. And if it is red, then Vazel is purple. One of them's purple. On Final Fantasy XIV, I am on Ultros, on the Primal Data Center. Cool, cool. It's a great game. Very different from this one. This one's the predecessor, but it is very, very different. I enjoy both. I'm playing this more for nostalgia reasons. I played this game for a very long time back in the day. We're going to go ahead and get our trusts out. Not Semi-Laphina. Ferris Coffin. Actually, yeah, we probably will bring out Semi-Laphina. Think about it. Because I don't need a tank in here. And Shantoto. On 14, Shantoto is the inspiration for the character that actually invented black magic. They changed her name to Shatoto in that game. But the character model is almost identical. It's interesting that my little add-ons did not crash on this memory receptacle like they were doing in Promethean Me. Now let's see, Satiator is the, I think is the battlefield mob. What's the name of the... Can't think of the name of the NM that spawns on the next island. We're gonna look for him though. Oh no, Satiator is the one that spawns on the island. Never mind, I'm wrong. All right. No luck. Satiator. I do not see Satiator. I don't know if the island was visible in that scan or not. It is a little ways away. This game, though, will always have a strong place in my heart because I played it for such a long time. Give me a second while I get rid of this bot. Monk always put out a lot of damage, and so that's not surprising at all. I would say probably... I mean, Warrior's never really been lacking in damage output, but it was probably not until Uko's Fury that Warrior just became an absolute powerhouse. And Ukko's Fury required Ukon Vasara anyway. Timers add-on is not being friendly. Alright, let's see if Satiator's up. Honestly, as far as any kind of changes that were made to retail, I haven't really kept up on it too much. I mean, every once in a while I've popped in and checked to see what's new. But for the most part, I've let the game go. Which kind of makes me sad. I mean, the reason I left Final Fantasy XI was because literally everybody I played with left. I got a lot of fond memories of this game. A lot of people that I met in the game. A lot of people that I knew in real life that I had start the game and played for a long time with me. And I don't regret my time in this game one bit. But when all my friends left, it got lonely. Some of them went to 14. Some of them just stopped gaming altogether. The sad part is a few of them completely lost touch with. That's the only thing I regret about it. But it'll always be a special game to me because, I don't know, not my first MMO, but the first MMO I really got into, if that makes sense. I am running the wrong way. A few months ago when we had the Final Fantasy 14, Final Fantasy 11 crossover event come back, the Maiden and Rhapsody, I went through that, and it was the nostalgia of going around fighting the very iconic NMs from Final Fantasy 11 within Final Fantasy 14, and they stayed pretty true to their Final Fantasy 11 counterparts. Was neat, but man, that last cutscene in that event, it starts playing all of the it starts playing the slideshow of different events from 11, and then it starts playing Recollections. And man, when I heard that song start playing, just had a flood of memories of all my friends from this game, and it just absolutely broke me. Alright, next Ancient Flames Beckon. I don't know that I'm even going to worry about... I'll bring Farius Coffin. He's the only trust that I really care to bring. Progenitor. And mainly the only reason I'm bringing him is for haste. Although he does hit pretty hard. And he uses Randgrith a lot. Alright, progenitor's done. One more. Ruminator. Oh, he spawned an offspring. Sweet, double kill. Whew. I don't know what's going on with the little timers add-on. Load times are kind of long, and I think that has to do with the HD texture pack that I've got on here. Is it's bigger than the game is by a lot. Okay, come on. Hurry up and load. I think the cutscene may have hung up and I need to be released. Can I release myself? Cannot release myself. Well, this is unfortunate. Just going to close the game. We can reconnect. Hopefully it just puts us into the cutscene that was supposed to have gone off in the first place. Oh Lord, that's loud. Oh, title screen music, why are you so loud? Oh Lord, that title screen music's loud. Change. You can change the title screen music on your own now. We're gonna go with the Chains of Prometheus one. Alright, can we get connected again? Yep. It says downloading data. We got timeout. Every once in a while I get that on this server, unfortunately. So it's got my character logged in, which is why it's not letting me connect back. It should time my character out soon. There we go. See if we can actually get in now. Let's see. Well, this is very unfortunate. We're going to try one more time. The server owner said that they just got me unstuck, so... Now, given that we can actually connect back. Alright, let's see if it lets us back in now. Okay, so apparently he brought me to... Okay, well, unfortunately that means that we now have to hoof it out to now have to hoof it out to there from Selbina. We're gonna go straight to Hala. I don't know if I got credit for the fight because the server owner just teleported me to Juno. Let's see, key items. Let's see what key item it is that I need. I did not get the Light of Dem. So that means we're probably going to have to do it again. I don't have any cutscene skipping add-ons turned on. Again, we're going to just go straight to Promethean Hala. We'll see if that one works correctly, and if it doesn't, then I'll see if the server owner will just push me to the next one. It's interesting that I had the Chocobo music first, and then I got the Raptor mount music after. Oh. Hello. Well, I guess we're doing this again. Alright, so let's see if the cutscene loads for us this time. Hey! Oh, the blur effect is very trippy. Oh man, I forgot about the Diablos fight. Hey, there's our light of Dem. And now we have to run back again. We are back to Valkurm Dunes. At least it's not that far of a run for frags on this side of the world. Although I do kind of wish mount speed was a little faster. I mean, it is quite a bit faster than running speed, but it'd be nice if it was like 3 times retail speed. Be a substantial increase. Sand is very bright. I think what we will do for the evening is we will get to Tavnazian Safehold, and then that's where we'll call it a night. So that'll be, we'll finish the last Remivian, do the cutscenes to get into Tavnazian Safehold, and that'll be it for the night. And then, I don't know, I'll be on this game off and on. I've got a lot that I'm doing on 14. Obviously, the Savage grind is real. But even outside of that, We got Delebrum Reginae Savage. Tomorrow we're doing a Halloween-themed Baldessian Arsenal run, which should be a lot of fun. And then on Sunday afternoon we got the old tier Savage raids that we're doing. We are on Twintania right now on that. We've only had one night of doing that with that static, but we're going to pick up where we left off from that 2 weeks ago, which is Twintania. Hopefully we'll get the clear there, and I'll be happy if we make it up to Nail von Darnus. I don't expect that we're going to prog and clear Nail, but if we can get to her, then I'll be satisfied. All right, the last Promethean. Okay, maybe it's purple. I honestly don't remember. I think it's purple. Admittedly, this is the one that I didn't spend a lot of time in, even on retail, outside of just going through the mission. Oh, it's turquoise. Okay. So now the question is Ruminator going to be up? Because if Ruminator is up, I want to kill it. I kind of hope it's up. Because that's the one most of all that I want the drop from. For when we get to Promethean Vassal. I think it's Ruminator. I think Fulminator is the battlefield in him, and Ruminator is the one that spawns out. No, Cerebrator. Fulminator is the one that spawns here, or is the battlefield, and then Ruminator is the one that you spawn with the drop from Cerebrator. That's right. As always, the first floor it's 100%. There's only one memory receptacle on it. It's guaranteed to get it every time. Bring out Shantoto. And we'll bring out Semilafina. Make killing go a little faster. And Farius Coffin. Not that we need them, we just want the kills to go a little quicker. Alright, we're going to go over to the far one first. I don't think Thinkers look so weird. I don't think I've ever come to this zone and the far one was the correct one. But there's always a chance. We're here. Yep, as always. But there's another one right over here as well. And I have had this one be the right one. But that is not going to be the case today. There it is. All right, Cerebrator, are you alive? Negative. Cerebrator is not here. It's unfortunate. None of them were up today. And there's our ride. And on to the spire. Hopefully we don't get unlucky and our cutscene plays like it's supposed to, and we get going on these missions. Oh wait, we still got one more. I have a feeling Bozja is going to be extremely painful. All right, here's the Spire of Hala. And the final boss fight. Alright, let's bring trust just to make it go faster. John Toto's really made him mad. Alright, so that's the last boss fight of this mission. I'm sleepy. It's not even 7:30 yet. Alright, cutscene? Yeah, cutscene. Alright, we didn't get stuck. And the Ashta dev just pushed a new version of the minimap plugin. So we're going to load minimap. Go grab that while it's doing this cutscene. If I could find the GitHub link. There we go. Well, nope, I'm gonna have to get it out of Discord. Alright, plugins. Download. Save. Bear with me for just a moment while I update this plugin. Okay. So now it should work correctly with the high definition maps from Remapster, which look fantastic, by the way. They stay pretty true to the vanilla, but they're much higher definition. I think they're 4 times the... So the normal maps are 512 by 512 pixels, which is really bad. That's really low resolution. Remapster is 2048 by 2048, so it's 4 times the resolution. Like going from a standard definition TV. Oh, it looks so good. Oh. And that looks so much better. And we're in Lufay's Meadows. The Isle of Forgotten Saints. Chains of Promathia was a pretty good story. Feels like I'm doing things out of order, though, because, you know, we don't know anything about Nagmalada's people. The Kulu. You know, throughout the entire story of Chains of Promathia, I always hated those tar children. Oh, what am I doing? We can do this. And before we get into the rabbit hole of Preesh and all the events that take place in the early parts of Tavnazian Safehold, that is going to be where we call it a night, folks. We're going to get a cutscene zoning into here. And we're going to basically go through this cutscene, get the home point so that we can teleport here whenever we want. And then we're going to call it there. Alright, cutscene's over. Gonna grab our home point warp here, and I think, yeah, there's a survival guide as well. Beautiful. I'm also gonna set this as my home point. And yeah, that is where we're gonna call it a night. I thank you for joining me. I hope you had a good time, and I hope to see you guys next time. Be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't. I am trying to grow my channel. It's small right now. Hopefully it'll grow. But yeah, thank you for joining me, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow when we do Baldessian Arsenal. Have a good night.